Tá querendo comprar cartões para Xbox, PlayStation e Nintendo? Vai na 03 Games, link na descrição.
So nice to meet you. Thank you for having us.
Oh, please, thank you. I'm honored you're here. Thank you.
That's so great. Guys, we already cover Nintendo content here on our channel, and their stand in BGS is like the largest and attracts the most people. I was telling the other employees that if Nintendo didn't come to BGS, it wouldn't be a success. It's like everyone loves Nintendo here in Brazil.
Oh, that's very kind of you. Well, we love coming here because it's our one opportunity to be really close to fans, to introduce little fans because we get a lot of kids. I love that, to get to play their games. So for us, it's an honor to be here and to meet people like you who are huge fans and have passion for the brand. So we're the lucky ones.
We're both lucky. We're both lucky. So my first question, please. Nintendo has been investing hard here in Brazil for like a couple years, since the company returned to Brazil officially. What are Nintendo expectations for the Brazilian market in terms of sale and listing and other stuff?
Yeah, so we have officially been here for 4 years, and we have gradually grown our offerings. So we started with just one offer, which was the Nintendo Switch, and then we added to the family of systems with Nintendo Switch Lite and the LED. We've brought in games, finally, physically games. So we've brought in physical games. We have more than 30 games. And another key thing that I think is huge is that we've started to localize our games. And that, I think, is one of the most important advantages that we have today, because without localization, we really can't reach the vast majority of the fans or potential fans of the brand, right? And so I'm really excited about that part. In fact, we're standing right in front of the Zelda Echoes of Wisdom poster, which is the very first Zelda game we have localized in Brazilian Portuguese, which is huge. I think that is just sort of a stepping stone, adding offerings, adding localization. And really now the key is to continue to grow brand awareness, because we have fans, but we don't have fans everywhere, right? This is a very big country. So logistically, we need to distribute throughout the whole country, as well as continue to localize games so that kids, younger audiences, or older audiences who don't speak English can also play.
Yes, that's totally great, because as a gaming content creator, we noticed that with Zelda Echoes of Wisdom launching here in Brazilian Portuguese, the coverage was huge. Like even the ones that didn't even cover any Nintendo game, just streamed and played and wrote reviews, and that's so amazing, because I'm like I'm an old YouTuber, like the old guys. I supported the Wii U all duration. And so I was usually you translate the games from on my videos from English to Portuguese, and a lot of people would say, I just bought the game because you were translating this, and now we have an official translation. And guys, it's not like ChatGPT translation, it's like a few localization. It's so amazing. There are a lot of Brazilian expressions. The team is so talented, and we are so happy. And remember guys, we have a lot of games, Nintendo games in Brazilian Portuguese. So we had Super Mario Bros. Wonder, Princess Peach Showtime, now The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. We're getting, well, on some days from here, we're getting Super Mario Party Jamboree.
Yes,
That's gonna be
Thursday.
It's gonna be a great one.
Yeah.
And my favorite one of the year, Mario and Luigi Brothership. I'm a huge fan of this franchise.
Oh, wonderful. That one's also localized, and it will come out November 7th. And another game we have coming out on December 5th is Fitness Boxing 3, also localized. So every game we have for the rest of the year will be localized. Every game we've launched, the major ones, in our franchises, Princess Peach, Zelda, also have been localized. So yes, we try to stay very authentic to the original script, which is in Japanese. But of course, it is catered to the Brazilian Portuguese, which is very, very key.
Yes, and it's so great because now people that like played Nintendo on NES, SNES and stuff are coming back to the franchise, like Mario, Zelda, and others that we love, and it's so great. And my question is like a very common one, but are there any plans to continue this support for Brazilian Portuguese?
Yes, I think, one of the things I have to say is I do have to thank the Nintendistas, the fans who are very outspoken and engaged on social media, because they've been asking for a long time for localization, and the company has done a lot of changes to make this happen. And I can't at this moment guarantee that every game will be localized, but I can say that if we start kind of taking note from the very first localization, that most of the games we have coming out have been. So we will continue to localize, and hopefully we'll continue to localize very big, fun franchises, popular franchises like Zelda in Brazil.
And you guys, Nintendo is huge in North America, Europe, and especially Japan, of course. You guys totally crush in Japan. They love this brand. And now you're investing not only in Brazil, but in Latin America as well. And I would like to know, because I think you are investing hard, but it seems there's something blocking the growth of the company. I would like you to comment about the difficulties and challenges on entering in this weird market with weird laws and stuff.
Oh, well, it's fun and interesting when it's not boring, Brazil. But I have to say, region-wide, we do have certain barriers that other parts of the country, the world don't have, like pricing sensitivity. So we Latin Americans have pricing sensitivity, and we're aware of that. We also have, as you mentioned, logistical barriers like certifications and things that have to come with the product, but it's to keep it safe, to keep consumers safe, so it's completely understandable. As well as an added barrier that we do have in Brazil, which is the taxes and customs that come with importing a product. So those are all things that exist in business and in the world, and so we try as hard as we can to work with our distributor partners to get the product here at a price that can get to a retailer who then sets the price for the consumer reasonably. Also in Latin America, not just in Brazil, but in Latin America, we rely a lot on the retailers' financing, right? So we buy a lot on I'm from Argentina, we call quotas, like payments, and some are interest-free, sometimes you have to pay a little interest, but sometimes when you have such a big purchase like a console, you cannot afford to buy all at once, right? So financing really does help products like ours, as well as loyalty programs. We see a lot of those here, which are, buy it through us and then you get certain points or discounts. And last, I would say one of the things that we continue to work on is if you buy directly on the eShop, on the console itself, we're trying to add more and more payment options because we know that not everybody has an international credit card. We need to make accessible purchases, and one of those would be like adding boleto, which we did a couple years ago, and things like this. So we try to work with the situation in each country as best as we can, and as we have laws that change, we just, we want to be here, so we will continue. We check on what we need to do to continue to bring product in, and we try to adjust our strategies.
Talking about logistics, we know you guys have been supporting a lot of online websites like service like Amazon that is totally huge for you and other online partners. Talking about retail, we have good Nintendo product stock here, like in São Paulo and Rio de Janeiro and the biggest cities. But what I've been studying and researching is like in smaller cities, not capitals, sometimes it's difficult to find Nintendo products. And I talked to a lot of gaming franchise like gaming stores, and they say people go to the store, they want to buy Nintendo, but sometimes they don't have the correct distribution. Are you guys trying to figure out this and solve this stock problem?
Yes. We are aware of that, and like I said, we started this project of launching Brazil 4 years ago, and we're slowly growing it. So because that is true, and we are aware, we're very much focused on Rio, Sao Paulo, the big cities. But what we've started to do is expand our reach. So we've recently partnered up with a brand new distributor. We have 3 distributors now. We have Arcel, Ingram, and now we have Solutions to Go. They are the ones that have a lot of contacts outside of the big city, the mom and pop stores, the gaming stores. That's where we want to get to. So this coming year strategy is to really work on that. So I hope next year you're here and we get to talk and you tell me that your friends are telling you the product's there, because this is truly one of the things that we're focused on right now, to get product outside of the big cities. Another thing we're doing is that we're expanding on mall tours. So not announced yet, but you will find out soon. We usually have mall tours in big cities. We've expanded it out to outside of the bigger cities this year. So look out for that on our social media pages. These will be pop-ups in malls so that people can be surprised and delighted you show up, you get to play some games. But we are trying to do things outside of the bigger cities for the exact reason that you just explained.
So my last question, because I know you have a lot of interviews, we'll be talking all day long.
No, I love being here.
But talking about communication.
Yes.
Here in Brazil, I'm working as a gaming journalist for about 12 years, and I see there are a lot of fake news and old statements about Nintendo here in our country. Like, Nintendo is so expensive, there are no localized games, they don't care about us, and we as journalists and content creators, we're always trying to tell people what's the truth.
Yes.
About communication, are you guys aware of the situation? Are you guys trying to change the scenario, the image most of Brazilians, unfortunately, have about the company?
Yeah, that's a very good question, because I've been with the company 7.5 years, almost 8 years. And one of the first things that I did was expand our social media coverage, because we have official channels where you can find out the official information. We have a Twitter account, X, we have an Instagram account, we have Facebook accounts. So I would say that's where the news are true. And like anything in the world now, we have a lot of different outlets of news. And I would say, I think all of that comes from something, right? I mean, we have to realize that as a brand, we were not in the country for a long time. And that creates a lot of uncertainty, and you start guessing, like, what happened, right? So I understand why we are where we are, but what we're trying to do is continue to have more official channels of communication so that you get the news from us rather than from anyone. But if you doubt, just write us. We don't answer back on social media. It's not culturally our ways, but we read everything. So speak to us. I feel like that's one thing that this company is really good at, is listening to engaged fans. And we just want our mission at Nintendo, literally our corporate mission, is to bring smiles to people's faces through our experiences at games. So if you have advice, please give it to us. We may not directly respond to you, but we are reading on the weekly basis, keep up with our engagement in social media. So I would say that's the official channel.
Thank you so much for the interview. Have a nice day. Stay
Thank
strong
you.
for the next couple days.
Thank you, and thanks everybody for playing. And I invite you to come to BGS. We have all weekend, so if you have a chance,
Just have fun.
yes,
That's it.
Yes, come and see us.
Thank you.